Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's your boy. Welcome to TINHLAYO-ORGANISATION. Please don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends so that they can come. You see, and see the big boy here. He's busy cooking. And then today we are going to do an exponential function. They say sketched below is a graph of f of x. Do you get me? F of x equals to 2 to the exponent x minus 4, for which x is an element of negative 2 to 4. Do you get me? So our equation is f of x is equals to what? 2 to the power x minus 4. What do we know about this negative 4? We know that this negative 4 is what? Is our asymptote. Asymptote. Do you get me? And then they restricted. They say x is an element negative 2. They included negative 2 as part of our answer, and then 4 is not part of our answer. How do I see that negative 2 is part of our answer and then 4 is not part of our answer? Because there are different brackets here. You see, these brackets are not the same. When there is this bracket is part of your answer, then the other one is not part of your answer. Do you get me? By looking at the brackets. Then they say A and B are respectively the y and x intercept of f. What do you know about the x-intercept? We know that on x-intercept, here, x-intercept, our y is equals to what? Is equals to 0. And then here, on y-intercept, our x is equals to 0. Do you get me? So let's go and answer our question. Write down the equation of the asymptote of f. As indicated, I said the asymptote is what? Y equals to minus 4. And then this is the equation of the asymptote. Here we have what? Negative 4. Then we're going to say y is equals to what? Negative 4. Like that. Do you get me? So determine the coordinate of b. They want the what? The coordinate of b. What do we know about b? We know that b is a what? Is an x-intercept. Our y equals to 0. Let's go and calculate it. Let's calculate it here. When I said 4.2. Right? Your equation, first of all, f of x is equals to 2 to the power x minus 4. And then you let y is equals to 0, or let f of x equals to 0. Do you get me? Here, where there's f of x, going to put 0 is equals to 2 to the power x minus 4. Do you get me? And then you're going to transpose this negative 4 to the other side. You're going to have what? 4 is equals to what? 2 to the power x. Because when you transpose it, it will change the sign. Do you get me? 4 is the same as what? 2 to the power 2. Is equals to what? 2 to the power x. When the bases are the same, you just equate the exponent. X is equals to what? Is equals to 2. You equate the exponent because the bases are the same. So our b, we say what? Is 2 and what? And 0. Because we say let f of x equals to 0 here. You know that f of x at this point is 0. Isn't it? I hope you understood. 4.3. Determine the equation of k, a straight line passing through A and B in a form of k of x. The straight line is passing through what? A and B in a form of k of x. What do we know, or what do we need when you want to find the equation of a straight line? We need the gradient and 2 points. Do you get me? We need the gradient and 2 points. First of all, okay, let's answer it. 4.3. Now, okay, 4.3, let me say 4.3 here. We have the first point, which is b, 2 and 0, and where there is a, we said our a, as a is an y-intercept, our x is going to be 0, and then we don't know what is our y. Let's first of all calculate the value of what? Of y. When I say f of x is equals to 2 to the power x minus 4, and then you say let what? Now we are letting what? We are letting x is equals to what? To 0. You see, where there is x, we are going to put 0. 2 to the power what? 0 minus 4. And then here we come, just punch a calculator. Don't be a genius. You see, because many students are failing to get 2 to the power 0. They say 2 to the power 0 is equals to 0. Meanwhile, 2 to the power 0 is equals to what? Is equals to 1. And then minus 4. Here we're going to have minus 3. We'll put this negative 3 here. So now let's do what? We have 2 points. Let's calculate the gradient. Calculate the what? The gradient. The formula of calculating a correct gradient is m is equals to what? Y2 minus Y1 all over X2 minus X1. Do you get me? Here we come. And let's take this one as our what? As our X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Y2, it will be what? Negative 3, because I said it's Y2, minus our Y1 is 0 all over X2. X2 is what? Is 0 minus, and then your X1, your X1 is what? Is 2. This is going to give you what? 3 all over 2. We now have a what? The gradient of AB. Do you get me? So I said to calculate or to determine the equation of a straight line, you need to have what? You need to have 1 point and a gradient. You see. So here will come y minus what? Y1 is equals to m x minus what? X1. I said y minus our y1 is what? Let's go and check our y1. We said our y1 is what? Is 0, and then our x1 is 2. Where there is y1, we're going to put what? 0. Gradient is what? 3 over 2 x minus. Where there is x1, we're going to put what? We're going to put 2. Here, y minus 0 is y is equals to 3 over 2 multiplied by x is 3 all over 2 x minus. Because here we have a positive. That's why I'm saying minus, because we're going to say 3 over 2 multiplied by what? By negative 2. This 2 will cancel this 2, it will be minus 3. Do you get me? Then they say write it as a form of k of x is equals to what? 3 all over 2 x minus what? Minus 3. Do you get me? So now let's go and calculate. Okay, they say calculate the vertical distance between k and f at x equals to 1. First of all, let me show you the example. Here's the example. Here we're doing what? 4.3. Here I'm gonna say 4.4. 4.4. You see, this and what is an example. When they want a vertical distance, let's take you have what? You have a parabola with a maximum what? A maximum turning point, because your a is less than what? Is less than 0. Do you get me? And then here you have what? You have a straight line. Do you see? This is your w of x, and then this one is what? Is L of x. Do you get me? So when they want a distance, here they wanted a vertical distance where our x is what? Our x here is what? X is equals to 7 at this point. They want a vertical distance between what? W of x, the parabola, and L of x from here to here. You're gonna say the top graph minus what? Bottom graph. Our top graph is what? Is W of x at this point. Our top graph is W of x. You're gonna say W of x minus our bottom graph is what? Is L of x minus what? L of x. And then you're gonna substitute. You're gonna write your equation. Where there is what? Where there is x, you put 7, and then you patch your calculator and find your answer. So let's now answer our equation. You see, let's go and answer our question. Let's go and see it again. They say calculate the vertical distance k of x, or between k and f at x is equals to 1. At x equals to 1. We know that here at x is equals to 1. They say k. Let's write the line of k. That k will be this, since they say k is passing through what? A and b. It will be like this, even if it is not a good straight line, but just know that it is a straight line. You see, yeah, it will be something like this. This is our what? This is our k of x. So they want the distance. We know that here we have 2. Do you get me? Here we have 0. 1 is between what? 0 and 2, as usual. Do you get me? So between 0 and 2, which graph is at the top? You see, the graph that is at the top is k of x. is k of x. K of x is what? The top graph. And f of x is at the bottom. Is what? This one is the bottom graph. Yeah, bottom graph. Yeah, something like that. So as I've said that we're gonna say what? Okay, our x is 1. So let's go and calculate it. We're gonna say top minus bottom, and then we say our top is k of x. It means that we're gonna say what? Top k of x minus what? Bottom. Our bottom is 5 for f of x. Do you get me? And then our k of x is 3 all over 2 x minus 3. Do you get me? Minus our f of x is what? 2 to the power x minus 4. So we're gonna, where there is x, we're gonna put what? 1, because they say at 1, you see, at x equals to 1. 2, where there is x, we're gonna put 1 minus 4. When we punch our calculator, just punch your calculator, you're gonna get what? 1 all over 2, or what? 0.5 units. This is the distance. Do you get me? So now let's answer what? Let's answer 4.5. I will answer 4.5 here. They say g of x. Let me write it. G of x is equals to f of x. Let's go and copy f of x, because they want us to write the equation. You see, let's go and copy f of x. This is very simple. 2x minus 4. Do you get me? And then this is our f of x. This is our f of x. And then they say what? Plus 4. This plus 4 is this one here. You see, we're not calculating anything. We just copy and paste. And then here we're going to have what? 2 of x to the power x minus 4 plus 4. It gives us 0. You see. And then you're going to come and write your restrictions. You copy your restrictions as it is here in the top. Do you get me? We're gonna say minus 2 and 4. We just copy it as it is. Sorry guys, someone you see was entering. So okay, x is an element of what? Of -2, 4. We put this bracket. If you didn't indicate this, you were going to get what? You were going to get I think 0 mark. Yeah, because they were allocating 1 mark for writing 2 to the power of x, and then with this restriction. Do you get me? So let's write down the domain of what? Of g, or write down the domain of an inverse of g. Do you get me? We know that when we want the domain of the inverse of g, is 4.6. 4.6. Let's answer 4.6 here. 4.6. Our g of x is 2 to the power x, where x an element of what? -2 and 4. You see. So they say let's write down. They say write down the domain. Yeah. Let me go and check it. Write down the domain of inverse. You see. The domain. If you want to write down the domain of inverse, first find the what? The range of this, of the original function. I'm gonna say what? Range of original function. The range of original function is what? Our range here, we're gonna take this. We're gonna say y is an element of what? Now we are substituting. We're gonna take this -2 and substitute it here. You're gonna get 1 all over 4. Do you get me? And then we take this 4 and substitute it here. We're gonna get 16 and write 16 like this. You see. And then you're gonna say where y is an element of all real numbers. You see, between this. So you got the range of the original function. So now the domain of inverse If you don't want to write inverse, you're gonna write g of what? Of x like this, to the power negative y, and this is an inverse of g. You just come here and copy what? And copy the range. But here where there is y, you're gonna put x as like this. X an element of what? 1 all over 4, 16, like this. Where what? Where x an element of all real numbers. These are what? This is our domain of the inverse. Do you get me? I hope you understood or you understand. So okay, now sorry. What's the one? This one. Now write down the equation of g of x. Okay, write down the inverse in the form of y. We know that when one the inverse of g, okay, it's 4.7. 4.7. One the inverse of g, and then we know that our g of x, first of all, write your g of x as to the power x. You'll see where x an element of what? X is between what? And it's between, here we're having -2 and what? And 4. Do you get me? They want what? They want the inverse. G of x, where there is g of x, you're gonna put x, because you interchange x and y when you want an inverse. Here you're gonna 2 the power y, or yeah, 2 the power y, because they say we must write it in the form of y. Just say y log and come and copy this. You see, log 2 to the power x. Do you get me? Like this, in a simple way, so that you don't forget. You see, just log, write log, and come and copy this. That's why I said you must first write your what? Your equation. Do you get me? So here, as your inverse, you're gonna write your domain. We said our domain is what? Because this was the domain of inverse, né? And then this is the equation of inverse. We said our domain is what? You're gonna come and copy this domain here. As simple as that. 1 all over 4. Here we have what? 16. Do you get me? That's all. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have a question, just drop it on the comment section. Do you get me? And then I'm offering free classes every Saturday. Yeah, for mathematics is from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And then for physical sciences is from 8:30 to what? To 10 o'clock. Do you get me? 0715520 691. You see, it's your boy. Thank you for watching.